Hey, everybody. All right, another songs poll regarding a legendary classic rock act. We've done a bunch of these since last summer regarding, favorite songs from the Beach Boys, the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, and the Doors. And now, ahead of the great Roger Daltrey's 80th birthday on March 1st, we're going to talk about our favorite songs by The Who. As with previous polls, I asked a whole bunch of folks on Facebook and in some cases text or emails for their absolute favorite three songs by The Who. And then I compiled the results, and I'll give you the rundown in just a sec. I was a kid when The Who first broke onto the scene with My Generation, and then I Can See for Miles, the Tommy album, the fantastic Live at Leeds release. But for me, it was this one. Who's Next, the album that really got my attention, and that of millions more people too, I'm guessing. If you're any sort of a classic rock fan, especially if you're in my age bracket, I think you will know pretty much every song on this great album. Let's see, from, well, the opener, Baba O'Reilly and Bargain, through Love Ain't for Keeping, My Wife, The Song Is Over, to the side two finales, Behind Blue Eyes and Won't Get Fooled Again. Man, it sounds like a greatest hits album. And that's why it's considered to be one of the absolute greatest albums of all time. Of course, there were many albums in the years that followed, including Quadrophenia and Who Are You, the final one with drummer Keith Moon on it. There was a farewell tour or two that didn't stick. Pete Townsend and Roger are still touring as The Who today. I saw them in 2019 and they were great. Now, this isn't a history piece. You know The Who's story, but what did all of you go with in picking your favorite songs by The Who? Well, about 70 people voted, and you guys, for the most part, stuck with the big hits, although there were some deeper cuts and minor hits mentioned, like a quick one, While He's Away, Dr. Jimmy, My Wife, Pictures of Lily, and Trick of the Light. Oh, in tabulating the votes, a first place vote was worth 3 points, a second place vote, 2 points, and a third place vote, you guessed it, 1 point. And I had a really tough time coming up with my personal top three, but I ended up keeping it simple and going with a trio of classics. At number three, no, it's not called Teenage Wasteland, kids. It's Baba O'Reilly from, Who's Next? At number two, the best song on the double album, the rock opera, Quadrophenia, Love, Rain, or Me. And in the top spot, I had to go with that amazing 8.5-minute closing song on Who's Next, the classic Won't Get Fooled Again. Those are my choices, but how did you guys vote? Well, having counted up all the votes, I can tell you that several lesser hits and fan favorites like Athena, Another Tricky Day, 5:15, I Can't Explain, Long Live Rock, and even You Better You Bet got only minimal support from voters. They didn't crack the top 15. Oh, well. So here we go with your top 10 favorite songs from The Who. There was actually a tie for the 10th spot with a couple of old favorites, Substitute and Magic Bus. At number 9, the very first big hit from The Who, and one of their signature songs, My Generation, released in the fall of 1965. In the 8th spot, well, it actually had the same points total as My Generation, but since it got one more first place vote, I am going to put it at number 8, and it is the title song from that 1978 album, Who Are You? Keith Moon did die 3 weeks after the release of this fun album. All right, number 7 surprised me. Great song, but I really didn't think it would finish this high. From 1967, the song I Can See for Miles. That one got 7 first place votes. 6th, then the classic hit from the Tommy rock opera, Pinball Wizard. All right, as I run down the top 5, I'm going to put up a graphic to make it easier to soak all of this in. The top 5 massively popular songs that are still heard often on rock radio stations today. At number 5, Eminence Front, which did even better than I expected, but that is a great tune. Love that intro. And while the great Love Reign Over Me from Quadrophenia came in at number 3, the other 3 of the final 4 were all from that terrific Who's Next album that I mentioned earlier. Behind Blue Eyes at number 4, Baba O'Reilly at number 2, though that classic did get the most first place votes. And yes, Won't Get Fooled Again at number 1. I can't argue with any of those choices. So there you have it, your favorite songs by The Who. Happy 80th, Roger Daltrey. And to all of you, thanks for voting. Thanks for watching. Now go grab one of your Who albums and soak in all that great music once again.